We're here today representing virtually every Democratic district leader on the west side of Manhattan from 59th Street up to about 150th Street, in addition to Assemblyman Franz Leichter. All of us have endorsed a statement which I shall briefly summarize concerning what we consider the persecution of the Black Panthers in the United States and in New York City. I've sort of been selected to summarize it because by coincidence it is my district in which I'm a district leader that District Attorney Hogan happens to live in on the west side of Manhattan. Our position is very briefly that although whatever threat there might be from the Panthers, we see as a far greater threat to the democratic institutions in this country the obvious attempt to harass, to jail, to shoot, and to do the other things that have been done to the Black Panthers. Particularly in New York City, which we've always considered to be the citadel of liberalism, in this country we're appalled at the outrageously high bail that was set for the Panthers, at the treatment that at least some of them have gotten in the prisons here, and at the obvious attempt, not only by the district attorney's office, but also by the police in New York City to persecute and to repress the Black Panthers. We feel it is incumbent upon us as Democrats, as district leaders, as responsible leaders, and not, at least speaking for myself, as part of the radical community, to condemn this type of oppression and to say forcefully that although we might not agree with what the Panthers say, nonetheless we are much more concerned at what is being done to them by the various arms of government that I mentioned.
Do you think they do pose a threat? Do you think the Panthers Do you think the Panthers do pose a threat?
The answer to whether the Panthers pose a threat is that compared to the other threats that I see to this country, the war in Vietnam, the lack of housing, of education, and the whole multitude of things that we're talking about, the Panther threat is nil, if not non-existent. I have not investigated the charges, but I think it is clear from the context in which this trial must be taken that the trial itself is doing far more damage to the free institutions of this country than any conviction of the Panthers could hope to overcome. And it's for that reason primarily, not because of any study of the evidence, that I think the trial should never have been brought in the first place and should probably be dropped. I think that it will, if anything, only help the radical movement by making a cause célèbre out of this thing and by alienating the young people in our society from the so-called establishment.